welcome to our channel. So today we want to talk about a movie that we just watched. It's not a recent release. It has been out for quite a while. It's a buddy cop movie action. It has some action in it, but it's more of a suspense thriller, I would say. And it has a found footage style to it.
Yeah,
So, so let's
I
just
think
start
that's
here.
the main attraction to it. It's a found footage. We're talking about obviously End of Watch that came out in 2012. Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena are the lead actors.
Yes.
They have been assigned to a kind of violent part of LA, and yeah, it's kind of like a documentary. Okay, the thing is, Jake Gyllenhaal's character Brian is like shooting it for maybe a college project or something. He's
Some kind of
making a
project.
yes, kind of personal project or something that he is making a sort of documentary on himself and like a vlog style or something. But that puts an interesting
Twist to
aspect
the
to the whole like police cop movie, let's say. Like it brings a sort of realism to it, the whole like POV style, and like it's, if most of the time you're watching the movie, you're seeing someone's perspective. It's like Brian and Michael Pena's like perspective. Either it's like the gangster's perspective, or like it's mostly like those things, and it sometimes switch between them. It it mostly is like a documentary kind of movie, I think. I know I'm not doing proper justice in explaining this, so I apologize about that.
Yeah, so the filming style of this movie, I would say that it's 50% POV and 40% of the movie would be uh, shot in such a way that it would look like it would look like a POV shot, because most of the shots are like really cramped in, like close-ups, all shaky. So it would be very, I would say, not at all cinematic, I would say. Let's put it that way. And the rest remaining 10% is just plain basic cinematic shots, which really I mean, it really abrupts the style of the movie, I would say. It does not go well with the whole movie. Yeah. So as I've said, it's a buddy cop movie, and one thing it excels in is the buddy chemistry between Jake
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. Like,
Yeah.
you really start to care about both the characters, and you know what's gonna happen next. So that's why.
Yeah, no, you're anticipating what's gonna
Yeah, yeah,
happen next. You just like edge on the seat, like biting your nails, kind of like, oh, are they gonna survive? Oh, no, they're gonna die. Oh, okay, they're fine.
yeah,
It's like really. It's a really nice writing. It's a really, I mean, obviously top notch acting and a really good direction also. Like
yeah,
going through the style of shooting, like the found footage style and everything, it still maintained the immersiveness, everything. I
yeah.
think actually the found footage style or the POV, shots and stuff, they actually add more immersion to the movie, I would say.
Yeah. Like the whole found footage gimmick, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Sometime it works, sometime it doesn't. And
Mm.
it is the same case here. In some situations, it really shines, and it almost has a horror kind of vibe to it. Like, you'll be really scared of what's gonna happen next. You don't want your main lead actors to, I mean, get hurt or something bad happen to them. So there's really kind of tension. There's always some kind of tension brewing. So yeah, it excels in those parts. And this whole found footage thing is also kind of a letdown, I would say. Because, yeah, because whenever it shifts perspective to some other character, like, you'd be really thinking why the gangster are holding a handy cam to shoot, to, I mean,
Yeah,
film everything.
yeah. That kind of played fast and loose with me. I still didn't know. Like again, it was just, if it was just the perspective and POV of those two cops only, right? If it was
Mm.
like body cam footages or like their handheld or anything, it was
Yeah,
just their perspective, it would like make sense. But I really did not understand if it switched to the gangsters POV also.
yeah. I
So
mean,
that was, I don't know, but I don't know, but it still worked. It still worked. It still worked. It was still okay. It was still nice, and it's a good movie.
yeah, there will be some questions left unanswered because they really explain about the police perspective, but they never explain about the POVs of other gang members, why they are shooting it, why is everyone holding a camcorder and shooting everything,
Yeah,
even in a
that
gunfight.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's and actually they are also addressing like put the camera away or
yeah,
something.
I mean,
They are, but they are, and even when the character, I mean, I thought like them saying like, okay, put the camera away, then they might explain, they'll give an exposition why they're shooting, but they don't say anything. Just like Jake
mm,
Gyllenhaal explained, like, I'm shooting it for the college project or something. Like the first beginning of the movie, there's intro, but nothing like that happened. They kept shooting, and we kept getting those POVs and stuff. Also, the like this, I'll just have to say the start of the movie, the entire chase sequence, that was nice. That was really nice, I would say. Plus the
yeah,
commentary, it felt like, I
yeah.
don't know.
The monologues by Jake Gyllenhaal, like they are good. Yeah, but to summarize it all up, I would still recommend this movie to all of you because it really shows the other side of America that the Hollywood does not really portrays, right?
Eh,
I mean, the violence and the environment that this movie has captured, it almost feels like they're in some kind of war-torn country and not in LA. Like it sometimes feel like that. Like everywhere it's the neighborhood, it's controlled by gang members or some kind of cartel. So it's a war out there. So yeah,
yeah,
there's
I think this movie does a pretty good job of exploring everything, like all of those like violence and stuff, but still like also showcasing the police work. It's not exactly glorifying them, but it feels real, from like
yeah,
normal traffic stops to all those chases and like the actual like shootings and stuff, all of those pulling over and stuff. It really felt like two normal police officers are like, we are just watching their story on a day-to-day story. It just felt like that most of the times, and it felt nice. All of this, it's like, yeah, the brotherhood that it shows, the honor, the duty, the sacrifice, all of those things that also like felt nice, real, and relatable. Actually, you really cared for them, those characters. If you are watching the movie character, the both characters, you really care for them, and that's a plus point for me, and that's the only reason you like the movie, obviously. That's not too much action or something. Like you could just watch that scene and you might like it, and forget about the movie. It's not too much of a visual spectacle. It's not CG or something. It's not. It's basic special effects, and just mostly it felt like I'm watching like body cam footage. Really, really,
yeah,
really, it just felt like you're watching a police body cam footage. That's all.
yeah, and that, but we don't mean that it wouldn't be engaging, or I wouldn't say entertaining, because you'll be engaged because you'll be on the edge of the seats. That's right. I wouldn't call it entertaining. I mean, how do I put it? It's like going to a roller coaster, right? I mean, you'll be scared and like frightened most of the time. But yeah, that's the movie.
Yeah. And this, all of the violence and stuff, it's also, it does not sugarcoat it, right? It
Yeah,
just gives you plain, like it just pushes you into everything. It's like not just like, easing you into it, just like boom, let's go.
yeah. It really
Well,
builds
and
up on
also,
tension, right?
yeah, and also really, it's sometimes it's really unexpected. All the things that just happens, right? It's completely unexpected. But you think, what the, huh? It's
I
kind of
mean,
like that.
it really deals with some very uh, gross stuff. I would say, like really
Dark, dark things.
adult stuff. So yeah, I don't recommend kids to watch this movie.
yeah, it's sometimes all of those things like violence and all of those things. It's like it gets really dark and really intense.
uh,
Yeah, even I was not expecting that, and it was like even me felt like, huh, oh damn. But like yeah, all of those things. That was my real reaction, by the way.
yeah. So the whole complete movie is really gripping, like really intense. Just the climax, I would say, is a bit too film like. I would say the whole
Yeah, yeah. The- I don't want to talk about that
uh,
because yeah, it's kind of like I cannot say anything without spoiling it.
na- um yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
would
cannot say.
just mention that it's a lot. It's unlike the nature of this movie. Like it's the most
Yeah, I think it
cinematic
was just
moment.
trying to give it a happy ending or something.
No, not the climax. I'm talking about the penultimate scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
understand. Forget me. My bad. I'll
yeah.
take it back. I take it
Oh,
for me, I think the highest point of the movie was like all of those first person like actual shooting, like
yeah. Those were
gun
really
fighting
cool.
and all of those things. The first person shooting, like, that was the best aspect for me. And most of the time, yeah, like I don't know, for some reason I quite like that, and it looked really, really nice. It looked real. It looked real. That the I think the realism aspect they were going for, as an immersive point of view, like for the audience, like the direction or maybe whatever they're trying to do, it really paid off. You could you know feel it was real. At least I felt it was real. The first person, like all those.
Yeah, I would agree that most of the time it paid off, but I don't know. In some instances, it like I would say I said right. They didn't use the POV and they used some close-ups and all. Like it felt, I don't know. It was a miss and hit and miss in other sections. So let's talk about the spoilers, because if without discussing the spoilers, I don't think we can really talk much about the movie. And most of the our complaints are, uh, I mean, to most of our complaints are regarding the story, which will be, I mean, we need to spoil to discuss about that. You want to
So
start?
basically, it's like they are both like two cops doing their normal duties. Suddenly, like they came across the whole cartel thing, and like one thing leads to another, and like yeah, rather than letting other people, detectives, do their job, it's like they're taking it on their own. Like I'm gonna bring this to an
Yeah,
end or something. Jack Gyllenhaal's attitude, maybe I don't know, and yeah, it came to bite them in the ass. In the meantime, they also explore really, really, really gruesome things,
yeah,
and that kind of made me nauseous too. But yeah,
yes.
also
So,
they didn't
yeah,
explain what was that. I'm talking about a scene like at later part of the movie. I will talk about it later. वो जो भी- तेरे को जो बोलना है बोल.
yeah, even oh, add कर सकता था. Okay, all right. So even yeah, I was when the film it starts with a Jake Gyllenhaal monologue in which he sounds kind of arrogant, like he's the cop and like he's the law. He'll if you do something wrong, he'll catch you, like something like that. It was kind of he sounded quite arrogant, and I was thinking like maybe later down the line his arrogance will lead to his demise or something like that, or right. So I was
Yeah,
expecting that, and it was kind of heading to that direction too, because they were when they were trying to when they were trying too much, they uncovered some drug cartel shit, and yeah, the drug cartel was after them, both Michael Pena and Jake. So I was
yeah,
thinking,
even like when they were trying to like uncover those things, like okay, so that whole thing starts between like a sort of a turf war between like a cartel and the local gangbangers or something. Like they did a drive by and from there everything began. So like it was just trying to solve who's behind them and something like all of those things. And like yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal took it like it's personal mission or something to find them and like bring them to justice or something like that. I'm not I'm playing it fast and loose, I'm sorry, but like that's what I took it from there. And yeah, that one thing led to another. He got some lead. He took raided to a house that was, I think, front for maybe human trafficking, I think.
It was human
And
trafficking.
yeah, and there feds came and told him, specifically told him, bro, back off,
Yeah,
back the hell off, bro, if you
we are in
care for
hot
your life, back
waters.
the
Yeah,
hell off. He
yeah,
was like, ah, hell, how can they do? I'll show them or something. I was like,
yeah.
okay. Then the next scene, there was the like some gangbanger with some previous interactions they had, but they had a rapport with him. There was some sort of relationship with him. So he kind of wants Jake Gyllenhaal that you two have been greenlit. Like just tread carefully. He was like, that's okay. We deal with those things
Yeah,
regularly and
actually,
stuff
both of
like
them
that.
were on the hit list, right? Not only
Yeah. But again, Jake Gyllenhaal's attitude was like, who cares, man? We cops, man. We untouchable.
yeah,
So,
because until then they were like doing really good stuff. I mean, rec- they were awarded recently, right, for some good deeds and
yeah.
also.
So they were doing good police work and they were, being recognized and it was going nice for them. Maybe that, god complex or something came into play with him or not, I don't know. But like yeah, like saving, kids from burning buildings to
Hmm.
yeah, doing
Yeah,
actual police work, like uncovering like weapons and money from like the first stop, then like uncovering the human trafficking ring, obviously. And like yeah, so they were doing good police work and they were being recognized for their police work. And maybe that could have caused some sort of ego boost or something, I don't know. But I have no idea what led his decision making and doing all of those things. But like yeah, only thing is like the relationship between the Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena, it was really good. That's the only reason I was
yeah.
watching this. It was so
That's
good. It was really good. You really cared for. To be honest, I cared for Michael Pena more than Jake
yeah,
Gyllenhaal for some
same.
reason. I have no idea, but like yeah, I really cared for him. And mm,
Yeah, the relationship, the brotherhood between both the cops that are shown is really the highlight and the driving force of the movie. I mean, they're in the movie, it's also shown how they're also stepping up in life. Like
yeah,
Jake
becoming
Gyllenhaal
more
gets married, and Michael Pena is
about to have
expecting
a
a
baby
baby.
and
Yeah,
yeah, and has a
so
baby, like newborn baby.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're really stepping
all
up.
it all felt real. It did not feel like they're just being too dramatic or too it all felt real and it was nice. It made more appealing and more relatable and more caring for me, I think.
Yes, so when the climax comes, which there's a they go into neighborhood where they are trapped basically, and they have to escape out.
It was
And
they were basically led to an ambush
yeah,
and they were trying to escape. And yeah, it was like bunch of like gangbangers like shooting them with AKs and whatnot. And like for a moment you will, yeah, let's consider this a spoiler alert. For a moment you will think they'll make it out, but at the end the whole sequence was really nice, I would say. Like
yeah, the complete sequence. Just the
might not
I'm
be entirely believable, but still nice.
yeah, just the I'm yeah, I have to spoil it, but just the end of the movie, I'm really not sure how to digest that. I mean, you'll s- at the end of the movie, they're both like injured. Jake Gyllenhaal is shot and he's lying on the ground, but he's still alive.
Yeah,
Michael
we
Pena
don't
is
know
trying
that if
to.
it's alive or not. Just so you know,
No, no,
we
he was
like
alive,
at
right?
that moment I presumed assumed, whatever. I thought like he was dead. He's dead. That's all. And then yeah,
Yeah, so Michael Pena is by his side, and the drug cartel hitmen close in on them. And by the time Michael
mm,
Pena gets his gun, he both of them gets like bullets soured on them from like four different angles. I mean, there's no way like both of them could have survived that. And we,
yeah. My heart broke at that point. It was like,
yeah,
no, how, why?
I mean,
And just 10 seconds after that, cops came in, like all sides from all sides. Like it was like,
and
bro, 30 seconds before they would have lived, bro.
yeah, and just at the last penultimate and just the last scene of the movie, you can see that somehow Jake Gyllenhaal lives and Michael Pena is dead, and that just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that was like, huh? Like you put that, pain and all of those, like you made that relatable, you made them feel sorry, sad, and all of those things, like they died. But then you just gave like another hope, like show it like Jake Gyllenhaal lived. But it was like, I don't know, because at the moment when before you actually see Jake Gyllenhaal alive, you assume both are
Both are
dead.
dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, the first thought that came into my head, bro, his wife is pregnant and she just had a newborn baby, bruh, that's so sad. And you agree. Then you just, huh, why? Why him and why him not, why he survived and he does not? Like that did not make any sense to me.
Yeah.
That really
That,
did not make any sense to me.
yeah. That's the main drive for me with this movie. I mean, if both would have died in that moment, I wouldn't want any of them to die. Just to make it clear, I don't want any of them to die. But if you go by the scene, both would have died, and that would have been a sad ending, but I would buy it. But
Yeah.
what they have shown is kind of, I mean, there's no
Yeah.
point in keeping
Yeah,
him
there is
alive,
no
right?
point of that, really, yeah. That's seriously no point of that. That did not add anything, did not. I actually think it little bit took away from the your whole feeling emotional and sad thing, like just put
Yeah,
a really big question mark there. Why? It still felt really bad, because like I really liked the character of like Michael Pena. I liked him even better than
yeah, same.
the Jake Gyllenhaal's character. Like, I don't know. Throughout the movie, I liked him better. That's all. I don't know. It's not just like the acting point of view, everything. I just liked his character more. That's all.
How the story was going forward, how the film was going forward. I was expecting that Jake Gyllenhaal would die. As I told you, the monologues that he has started with and the whole arrogance he had. I thought he was gonna die, but that didn't happen. I mean, what kind of message they're trying to convey? Like, if both would have been dead, just assume if both would have been dead, it would have been so poetic, right? Like they both started academy at the same time. They are serving in the same, like they are both serving together. They all the achievements they have achieved, like they have done it together. And now
Yeah,
when they
going out
die,
together.
yeah, and if both of them died together, I mean that would have been poetic. But just
Yeah,
one of them dying, I mean, I don't know what they were trying to prove or what they were trying to convey.
yeah. And okay, other than that, the actual ending of the last, there is a clip that
Yeah,
showed that was heartwarming.
yeah,
That was
that,
really nice and
yeah, that's
funny
the
and
point.
whatever. But like, yeah, you just felt so sad and I don't know, like feeling really bad for what happened, like him dying, my bad. And like, yeah, and then they gave that ending. It was really nice. Like, it just m- made me like him even more. That's all.
If they would have, okay, if Michael Pena had to die, if they have, okay, they want him to die. I, if they had it shown something else, like some other sequence, then I might have bought it. But with what they have shown, And I mean, I don't buy if both, how to put it, if any of them would have died, it doesn't make much difference to me. But the way that they have shown the death, I mean, I don't buy it. Is that's my point.
So let's just sum it up, and there's not much to say anymore, I think. So
Yeah,
summing it up, for me, it was a really, 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 I think one of the best cop movies I've ever seen. Or to be honest, like the best cop movie I've ever seen. Like most of the cop movies are like either trying to be comedy or fun, or either be trying to be too much action oriented or something. Something never felt too real. To be honest, this actually I have not watched as much as I watched, but watching this felt like the realism, the immersiveness, all of those things were there. Maybe it was because of like the found footage style, or maybe it was like the actual, like the writing and the performances by Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena, that you actually bonded with them. But like, yeah, those camaraderie, the brotherhood, the, like, it felt really nice. And the other thing about this movie is has like showcases all the, like, violence and stuff, not glorifying it or something, but
and
like, yeah,
also don't not watering it down. Yeah.
yeah, it like gives you like completely raw. It like in the moment, like it's there. Like one instance is they got a call to, maybe check on an elderly woman by their granddaughter or something. Something called a police department to, go. Can you please go check my grandmother out? Like she lives alone or something. They go just on a random call. They didn't even want to take it call, but they were just like, maybe if we took this call, we'll get some interesting call or something. So they respond to it. They go to the house. And what they find there was like, that was.
Yeah,
I still don't know what was that, by the way. Still don't know. Did it even explain what the hell was
yeah,
that?
they do explain that it was human
They do they?
trafficking. It was human trafficking.
But why? But why, bro? Like the I'm talking about the limbs they found, like severed limbs and all of those things.
I mean, it could have been okay if you're human trafficking. The next thing would be organ trafficking, right? If they try to,
Uh, yeah, but not really explained. In that moment, you're
okay,
shell
okay.
shocked watching the gore and stuff. I still didn't know what was happening. It was like, huh, huh. It's not like I have not seen gory something before, but somehow that felt too real, too real.
Yeah, I would like to add that. Yeah, it's a really great. No, it's a good movie. It could have been great, but
Yeah,
there are a few shortcomings that just doesn't make any sense. That's why, I mean, I would still recommend it. It's a really good one time watch. I would really recommend every one of you to watch it. But
yeah. If you like cop
yeah,
movies or something, if you want to see something different or something, if you're a fan of Jack Gyllenhaal or Michael Pena, do check it out.
yeah,
To
but
be
I
honest,
would really,
but yeah, be just consider this a disclaimer. Like, be prepared to watch some serious shit going down there.
yeah, I mean,
Like
it's
some serious,
really
serious.
intense. Yeah, I would say it's really intense, and
Just like whatever that's shown in the movie, that maybe this will be a normal thing in the movie. Like they respond to, I don't know, missing something. They respond to someone like reporting their child is missing, and she is an
oh
addict or
my
something.
god, yeah, those things. I
They've
mean,
Yeah,
the things that are shown in this movie, if it was shown in some other kind of, if it was shown in some other movie, I don't think it would have been this much impactful. I mean, I hope I'm making sense that if
yeah, yeah.
it was shown in some other type of movie, it wouldn't have been this impactful. But in this movie, the way they have shown all these things, like it's so,
What
what the hell? What kind of people are we living with? Yeah, I
like,
mean,
yeah, like I said, it all felt too real. It
yeah,
really real. Everything just felt too real.
yeah,
And most of the time, you are just like imagining yourself in that scenario.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it
It's
really,
maybe be due to the POV or something, but yeah, really, really good job in acting and performances and directing and writing. Also, really, 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 really nice job.
yeah, just it'll some of the things shown will really break your heart, and yeah, just apart from the climax, I don't have much gripes with the movie. The climax was a real letdown for me. Some of the direction choices were also, I mean, they were a hit and miss, but I can ignore all those just because of the acting that Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena
Yeah,
showcased here.
their performance was the best thing in the movie.
Yeah,
That's the
it,
performance, the camaraderie, that, like, it felt real. That's the thing. It really felt real. That's all.
yeah,
I think I've said real too many times. Yeah,
yeah,
just
yeah. So,
go check it out. Just go check it out.
yeah. So that's the. I think that's the end of for this video.
Hmm.
And yeah, do check it out. And thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.